Well, hello there, Internet. Welcome to the International Writers Fellowship. My name is Daniel Han, joined this week by Jules, the insane academic fantasy writer who reads how many books on creating languages, and Erica, the other crazy RPG therapist. So, welcome to the madness, is all I can say. The eagle-eyed amongst our viewers will have noticed that we weren't here last week. That's because I was in hospital and everybody else was either indisposed or out of sorts. So the world didn't end. So I think we're all right. At least
my excuse is I was on a train.
It hasn't ended here anyway. So
I was on a train at 6:45 in the morning. So
that's no, 6:45 in the morning does not exist. It is a myth.
Oh, I see that most mornings.
Anyway, moving on. No, late nights I can do. Early mornings, just shoot me now.
So, I learned yesterday, like when we were driving home from Oklahoma City, that my child's med provider was telling my husband and my kid at their last appointment that people with ADHD typically have a different like circadian rhythm than, or I guess neurodivergent people. Maybe it was neurodivergent. I can't remember if it was ADHD specific, but have typically have a different circadian rhythm. And so we function better later in the day.
Yes, but that would imply that I have ADHD.
I mean, or you're just, you might be neurospicy in some other way.
Hello, Charlene. Don't listen to anything Erica's saying.
No, don't listen to the other experts.
Just don't do it. It's not worth it. Sorry, I've just got a bizarre... Okay, forget that. A bizarre email from my website, which can just be deleted because no, thank you. Just leave me. Don't start bullying me already. We're 3 minutes into the stream, for goodness sake. I was in hospital. Leave me alone. How's everybody doing, by the way?
I'm good. I had a really productive weekend.
I saw. How many words was that? Something 7,500.
7,530 or 40, something like that.
You are aware it's not November yet, right?
Yeah. Well,
just the warm up.
I've been wanting to rework this fan fiction that it's a series that I started, and it's never going to get finished because I don't want to write it for fan fiction anymore. And I really needed to get on and post that I'm not going to finish it as a fan fiction. And so what I worked on yesterday was like just reworking the whole beginning of it, because one of the things I just really love about fan fiction is you don't have to, there's not a whole lot of setup you have to do. Like you can just jump right into telling stories. You don't really have to explain who characters are most of the time, because if you're writing for a specific fandom or even a subset of a fandom like I did, you don't really have to explain like these are who these characters are and this is what they look like and all of these things. The fandom just knows. And so like in my fan fiction, I got to like the middle of chapter 1.
Okay.
So all of that was setting everything else up.
Sorry, my thing keeps pinging and it's getting annoying. Oh, whatever. And how about yourself, Jules?
Yeah, I'm good. Classes have finished for the year, so I'm just deep in marking piles at the moment. Pretty normal. So.
You've gone very quiet.
Me?
Yeah.
Sorry. Maybe I wasn't speaking loud enough. Lots of marking, but I am looking forward to, so in a month, I was going to say I probably won't be here, but maybe I probably can't. I am presenting at a conference about my PhD, which I've never done before, so that'll be fun. It's a creative writing conference, so this is going to be lots of other writing nerds. It's going to be awesome.
Where's that at?
I have to fly half a day to get there. Yeah. So in Australia, it's creative writing conference for it's an academic conference for people who work in programs that are like creative writing in the university.
That is so stinking cool.
Do you know what you're going to talk about specifically?
No. I'm going with a couple of other people from my institution, and we're going to catch up in the next couple of weeks, and just because I've never been to this conference before, so just kind of get an idea of what is involved. But I'm looking forward to that.
Good.
The light at the end of the tunnel after because all the marking and stuff's got to be done before that. So.
Cool.
That is very cool.
Right then, I take it nobody has any cards?
I do not have any cards. I didn't think to bring any.
I don't know. What's this? Let's do Red Sonja because she just came to hand.
2 weeks ago, I was at the Play Therapy conference. I had ordered a bunch of different Oracle cards on Temu, which then I promptly deleted my account after I got everything because they were like reprinted almost knockoffs of the original decks. So they were like playing card sized Oracle cards. Yeah. Anyway, that's beside the point. And they were all just like sitting in my office. I wasn't using any of them. So I took 8 decks of cards to the conference and I was just handing them out to people. And one deck got really, really, really insightful. And the question, because it like asked a question on one side and then on the other side had some like other stuff on it. And more than one person cried with how like deep their question went.
Mm-hmm.
So then I became the card lady. Like I don't know that people really knew I was the card lady though. And I was like, I can be okay with that.
Yeah. That's your superhero name, card lady.
Well, my very first Play Therapy conference I went to, and then we can draw cards. I took a curse word coloring sheet and I had all of the presenters that I like the workshops that I went to, I had them like sign it. And one of them was like, I don't have a problem doing this, but what are you doing this for? I was said, well, the next time you see me, you're going to remember me as the holy motherfucking shitballs girl. And they're like, fair. And every single one of them remember me from
As
2019.
Holy motherfucking shitballs. Yeah.
Yeah. I tend to make an
impression.
I don't know. Thank you. That was I couldn't think of it.
Anyway, on that note, Red Sonja has given us the Six of Cups. I've got no idea why what the picture has anything to do with the Six of Cups, but it's Red Sonja.
She is hot.
Oh yeah, Red Sonja. Oh, Red Sonja's amazing. I love Red Sonja. We'll just save. Yeah, Red Sonja will kick the shit out of anybody. I love her. Oddly enough, though, I just got the first edition of a Red Sonja parody called Babs. I haven't got it here, but basically, it's a comedy, and she has the world's worst talking sword. And as soon as I heard those words, it was like, okay, yeah, I need this thing now. But no, oddly enough, this was the first tarot deck I ever bought, just because I love Red Sonja, and I saw it at my comic shop, and it was a case. It says on it Red Sonja tarot deck, and I just said to Brian, comic book guy, so what is that? Well, it's oh, we've lost Erica. It's a Red Sonja tarot deck, and yeah. So I'm just trying to find a really good picture from. Oh, she's back. She's back. Oh.
I hit a wrong button on my tablet. Sorry.
You are joking me. So I've been trying to find this one, which is one of my favorite, and it is literally the last card in the deck. Literally, just anyway. There's that one. I just think,
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
My favorite one, purely for the comedy of it, though, is the sun, because really the image on it should be the moon, because it's this.
Her hiney.
Yeah, that should be the moon card. Really, come on, let's face it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I love Red Sonja. She just does not give a shit. And she's fighting a Minotaur in this one. So the Six of Cups is a card that takes you back to the happy memories from your past, whether as a child, teenager, or young adult. You may simply be revisiting those memories in your mind, or you may travel back to your childhood home or reconnect with your childhood friends. You could go to a high school reunion or reconnect with an old buddy. A teenage sweetheart or past lover may turn up again. These connections bring you a sense of joy and happiness as you reminisce over all the fun times you had together. Take this occasion to explore whether you still have a lot in common and if you wish to continue the relationship. The Six of Cups often shows an increased level of harmony and cooperation in your relationships. You are ready to give and receive without expectation. You are also willing to give each other the benefit of the doubt, having moved on from the challenging emotions of the Five of Cups. It's time to turn over a new leaf and start afresh from a positive place.
Some good vibes on that.
Yeah. See, for me, that kind of brings up, oddly enough, the 28th of October. So it didn't occur to me that November was this week. So I'm just like, oh, yeah, we're going to start doing that. But obviously, Erica, this is where you and Ember first appeared in my life. And I'm very grateful for that. And so just kind of being reminded that you're here and that we can all be crazy together is nice.
Yeah.
Does that feel like a whole year?
No pun?
Does that feel like a year?
Feels like an eternity, but that's because I've had a year. But at the same time, no, because time keeps up when you're in your middle age.
I feel like, and I've said this about like my other bees, because we had done some trainings. No, I met the first one in 2020, and then like met the other ones like in person in 2021. And I feel like I've known them my whole life. And I think that when you meet your people,
Mhm.
like it feels like they've always been there in a good way. Like not like this has been an eternity. Like it's like this is a piece that has been like this has been like you've been here for forever, like in a good way.
So that's how I took it. I mean, did you guys think of anything whilst from that?
I was just thinking about actually, well, it's one of the things that I had as a, oh, maybe we could talk about that this week. We don't have to talk about it in more detail, but like, what were your early formative writing experiences? And I was like, it's kind of awesome that I've had friends for 20 years who I'm still friends with because of that.
Who?
Yeah. Yes,
Have I met them?
20 years.
Don't.
Yeah.
It horrifies me that I could have been doing anything for 20 years.
Well, and for me, like the start, that last little bit about starting fresh, I'm like I'm doing that with this story.
Yeah.
In a sense, there are some pieces of it that will stay the same ish, but a lot of it will be expanded and have to change because the fan fiction, how it started, was a Valentine's challenge, which are all song related.
Okay.
So
Can I ask
like,
which song you picked?
oh no, I didn't pick them. So the people who ran the challenge picked a different song each day, and we had to work them into our stories.
Nice.
And so this story starts off in a fantasy realm, and then magic, because magic is a thing, like ends up coming into our world. And so trying to figure out how in the world I'm going to get I can't even remember what the first song was. I think it was a Vanessa Hudgens song from like High School Musical into the fantasy. I'm like, how in the hell is this? And it worked. It worked out perfectly fine because my brain did its thing. And
See, I've never seen High School Musical. I don't know. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Most of the songs that they chose the years that I did it, I had never heard them before. And there were some. There was a song by Sarah Bareilles called I Choose You that ended up becoming one of my favorite songs. It was beautiful.
But was it Pokemon related?
No.
Then
It
it
could
has no
have. I mean,
no, I think is the answer. Pikachu, I choose you. Sorry.
but so yeah. And it I don't know. It's cool to go back and see some of the twists and turns this thing took as I was writing it. I was like, oh yeah, that did happen. That was really cool.
Sorry,
It's really, really here.
No, it sounds like some people are having an argument outside.
Oh, okay.
Outside your house.
Yeah. And now I really want to peek out a window and look, but Oh God, they're getting heated. They're not. Whatever's happening, they're not enjoying it. So NaNoWriMo is upon us, even though we don't do it anymore. And we are doing something else. I can't remember what it's called. Erica, can you tell us what it's called?
Well, so you had said that you liked Write in November.
No,
so
I didn't say I liked that. It was just that was just a random word that I pulled out of my ass because nobody else was making any suggestions.
So Ember had found on, I think, Book Talk, which I have like a TikTok account because my friend sends me TikToks and I can't look at them without having an account. However, I don't do the TikTok because the ADHD is very real and I will get lost. But she had said that on Book Talk, someone had suggested Write Hard All Month. So Wham, like the band. Okay. And then if you get the 50,000, you get the exclamation. Like that's the, which I think that's funny. So I am not a designer by any stretch of the imagination, but I threw something together in Canva and I'm going to print it out on like a, like a self-ironing thing. And my husband and child are going to iron it on a shirt for me so that when I win, I can still, because like my brain needs the stupid freaking t-shirt to work for. It's ridiculous. So I designed a Wham shirt.
Okay. Sounds like we're gonna have to go with that option. I know you weren't much of a fan, Dan.
No, I think it's crap, but I was overruled, so outvoted.
I think that people can do whatever they want to do as long as they're writing.
Absolutely. No, I recall I brought it up as a subject for discussion, and it was like I don't know, I'd committed treason. I'm like, okay, fine.
No, I liked if I hadn't heard Wham exclamation.
Exclamation. It's the exclamation that does it.
It is. And I don't know if I'm like hallucinating this or making this up, but I feel like there's either in a TV show or a movie where they're talking about Wham and like they emphasize the exclamation. I don't know, but
no,
yes,
it's Deadpool. It's
right.
Yeah, it's not. No, it's not Wham. It's Wham. Yeah.
Okay. That's where that's what my brain was doing.
I can't remember which album it was. Was it? This is where they really earn the exclamation point.
Yes. And so in the design, I have 50,000 like inside the exclamation.
Nice.
Fair play.
Because come hell or high water, I will get it. This will not be the first year that I don't.
No, fair play.
So, are you working on a new project, or are you going to continue with something you've already started?
It will kind of be whatever my brain wants to do that day. I have 3 that I'm working on that I can jump in anywhere.
What about yourself, Jules? Are you doing anything this year for Wham? Wham!
I haven't actually had a chance to think that far ahead, but I'm gonna, at the back of my brain, it's been like, maybe just have some fun with Freedom Slaves. whether that's revision or just random story. Maybe it's time for a Loyola story.
God help us.
Yeah, I'm thinking pirates.
The world is not ready for a Loyola pirate. Sorry for Erica and anybody else. Loyola is a character from our collaborative novel who we both absolutely adore, and who is basically an underworld boss, but is sexy as hell, horny as hell, and just knows everything about everyone. She's amazing.
I think pirate, yes. That sounds great.
Yeah. Okay. Now my brain's going to
How
go
about
into
you?
overdrive.
Well, I think I said this a couple of weeks ago. I'm actually in the middle of designing a game, so I think that is using up all of my creative brain power at the minute. When was the last time we did this? Because obviously it was 2 weeks. So have we?
Yeah, I wasn't here.
So since our last stream, 3 Kickstarters have started. One is a Terry Pratchett RPG, which has gemstone dice and amazing covers and a dice tray with death on the front. I thought you didn't read Terry Pratchett. Erica, you don't read Terry Pratchett.
No, you say dice.
You can buy believe me, buying the dice by themselves would be a lot cheaper.
Okay.
Hey, see, I'll be getting extra dice. I'll post you a set. That'll be fine. Job done. Okay. But there's that. There is a Conan the Barbarian RPG, which why? And then, and I don't know how this captured my attention. There's a Smurfs RPG coming out.
That's amazing.
And it has got the cutest little system alive. Basically, you've got 4 stats, and the way it's a roll under, so it's all D6 based. You roll your D6, and you've got to roll under the stats. But if the harder the task gets, you've got the more D6s you've got to roll. So for an easy task, you roll D6, get under your stat, you go on. If you've got to roll 4 D6, you're less likely to roll under your stat. It's a nice, cute little system, and like, no, why? Why could you have not come out in 3 months' time? Why do you all have to come out? I mean, Pratchett and Howard, they both came out on the same stinking day. Anyway, so that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at RPGs and designing my own. It's funny you mentioned pirates, Jules, because I was thinking pirates earlier as well. There's 7th Sea. I've got Pirate Borg here, which
I think I referenced 7th Sea in, well, not the game exactly, but because John Wick helped create that, right?
Yes.
Okay. When I did my geek, my
oh yeah, they got him to run the game, didn't they? And said, it's like, mate, you're not a trained therapist. What the hell are you doing here?
Yeah, I mean, he had some really cool ideas.
I'm sure. But he's a game designer, not a therapist.
Yeah, so it was, but yeah, I talked about him in my article. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, because I don't want to give them any sort of props.
Etc. Yeah, but 7th Sea is a good game.
So how about for you, Dan? Is there anything that you want to play around with?
Well, as I say, I'm in the middle of designing this game, so that's what I'm going to be focusing on.
Okay.
I found, so last week, or no, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Hell, I can't remember. Hold on.
Sometime in the past, sometime before this morning.
Yeah. We went into Barnes and Noble to get something, and I always like to check out like their clearance stuff. And they had this this thing, and it came with this book. It's Writer's Boot Camp. And then it also came with a bunch of cards. So like prompt cards. And just to like, hold on. Because I actually brought one with me just because I thought it was cool. Like just to like, for creative sake. So this one says, pretend you're a well-known author who has been asked to speak to a group of young aspiring writers. You step up to the lectern and survey the eager faces staring at you from the audience. What do you say to inspire these kids to choose the writing life?
You see, Jules, that's a prompt that you need in advance of next week, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But like, so not all of them are like this. Some of them are one of them was had to do with like a Robert Frost poem. What they were really, really cool. And like I write best from prompts. And like if I'm stuck one day and don't feel like writing anything, I might just write a prompt and figure out what story can I stick this in. or my brain will do the thing of, ooh, whole new story. Yes, let's tell this.
The Smoking Dragon. Oh.
No, that one's already started.
I was going to say, I have no idea what he's staring at. Sometimes he just stares at random things.
Were you here a few weeks ago, Erica, when... No, you weren't, because it was just me and Jules. Did you see me and Jules having that conversation about the cards?
No, because that was the day I was in Atlanta that day.
Yes.
And that was...
Yeah, no, because...
I don't
the only reason I'm bringing it up is because Jules has got this... How many cards?
Story engine.
2,000?
2,200.
2,200 cards where you just put them together and they create a story outline for you.
Oh, maybe I can use that as part of the inspiration for what I work on.
Yes. I love that. Or I also have, where did those go? Hold on. Oh, they're back here. I also have, like, I have this book, and in it has, so I just opened to a random page. So mash up 2 classic fairy tales into one story. Include the follow. So then it gives you a prompt, and then it gives you words that you have to include in your story. So fireplace, sword, grove, stoke, underbrush, mourn, 7, friendship, cardboard, and giver.
Random.
Very. But like this is my jam. I'm like, hell yes. But
I love how excited you are.
I also have this one.
Oh, okay. I felt something evil in the air. Oh, okay. So we've lost Erica now.
Okay. So apparently, my random opening pages is all about fairy tales. Imagine you are the wicked stepmother in the fairy tale. What are your evil plans? But like that, like if I get a prompt, usually I can go wild. It's the coming up with something, I guess, original or on my own, maybe, that I struggle with. But it's like, you give me a sentence or some words, I'll be like, all right, we got this. I can, yes, let's go. Then I have really random shit that happens.
Ever Dimension 20 ever. I mean, Dimension 20 is D&D actual play. I don't know about Ever After. That's they did the Dungeons and Drag Queens. Which,
well, I mean, Ever After is the best Cinderella story that has ever existed.
Oh, don't mention Ever After, Charlene. Don't mention it in front of her. God help us.
Now I'm gonna have to look up D20s.
Yep. See, there we go.
After I saw that in the theater, I wanted to go punch someone so bad. Because Danielle punches her stepsister in the face after she's like, that's my mother's dress. Yes. And she's dead. Punch right in the eyeball. It was great.
Okay. Right. I'm just going to go. I'll leave you to have your conversation. Throws an apple at Prince's head.
Because he's stealing the horse. That's my father's horse. Okay, we're done. We can be done. We're done.
Jules, help. I don't know what they're talking about.
We'll talk later.
I remember feeling like I was in a different world when I walked out of that movie.
So
like,
good.
what was that movie? Yeah.
Oh God, what's happened? Where's your brain gone?
Tattoos.
Of course it has.
Okay, so should we circle back to how we're actually going to do next November?
Well, I mean, we're going to need to have a conversation off air about what we can do. Obviously, last year we did every single day.
That was a lot.
I would be up for trying it, but I cannot do every single day, which I did last year. I'm going to need people to step up, and I don't know if people have the time or the capacity. So we might have to just be a bit more sensible.
Well, if it wasn't at the same, like if it didn't have to be at the same time every day, like I could definitely run a couple, like during my breaks at work. But how they, like, it's 3:00 p.m. for me, and that's like prime client time.
Yeah, absolutely. We can think about changing times. I mean, we don't have anybody watching at the moment apart from Charlene, so it's not as if we're getting masses of viewers at this current slot.
It's motivation.
We can pop around too. Just like keep an eye on when we go live. We're gonna be sprinting.
So, because I mean that's going to be the key. Is we're going to just be doing sprint after sprint after sprint. Because we need to get that word count. Otherwise, we can't go, wow.
I can't get my t-shirt I'm making.
You can't get your own self-made t-shirts.
Yes. Then I'm going to figure out who I'm going to donate somewhere. I'm trying to find either like a writing scholarship or something, because that was another part of it for me, was like donating to an organization that's promoting writing. So like I want to look and see, okay, how much would I've spent on the t-shirt? And I always donated a little bit more. So yeah, but I also want to research these places and be like, okay, are you a crappy organization or not?
Do you actually do what you purport to do, or do you just back pocket everything? And
Yeah.
So is that the? Sorry, I can't remember what you said, Erica. Which project are you working on? Your Alana story.
One of the three.
One of the three.
Okay. Or all of the three. It's kind of going to depend on my mood and where I want to jump in, or I will pull one of these boot camp cards or turn to a page and
I like that strategy of not feeling like you have to restrict yourself to just one thing, because I had always thought about Nano in that way before, but it doesn't have to.
Well, and like I think 1 year with Alana, I can't remember which year it was, I got to a place in the story, and I realized this after the last little, like the section that I'm on right now. There is a lot that's probably going to get cut in editing. Like I want to write it all, to have it all written, but so much of it is like, nobody freaking cares about this stuff.
Apart from
like yes, apart from our group, nobody's going to care that we about some of these like little side quest things. Like it doesn't matter. But some of it, I remember getting stuck 1 year and being really frustrated that I felt locked into what I was writing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's like the goal of Nano is to work on one thing.
I mean,
and so I kind of
the clue is in the name. It's national novel.
Yeah, and so I like having, like, I guess giving myself permission to work on what I'm feeling inspired to work on that day.
Yeah, so I'd like to get some writing done, but as I say, this game designing lark is actually a lot of fun because I just get to doodle crap. Yeah. And it and have it mean something to me. Like I draw a circle, and somehow that's a massive, important part of the whole of the whole thing. And I know exactly what it means. Everybody else would go, it's a circle. It's like, no, it's not a circle. It's
inspiration.
Yeah. Well, that gives me kind of a question to ask both of you. Is there a particular part of the writing process that you just, like, if you did nothing else, that would be the thing that you love the most about it? Is it the inspiration? Is it the actual writing? Is it something else?
For me, it's kind of like equal parts of when I am inspired, like just being able to write, just going to town. And the other part is finding, for me, it's finding the pictures,
Okay.
like being able to see it. I love that.
The thing that was nebulous before suddenly becomes, oh, that's, yep, yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Jules?
I do get excited by like the inspiration process, coming, like just discovering new ideas. But I actually enjoy the process of putting words together as well, like being in the zone and not thinking about anything else. I know writing friends who hate the actual writing process but like having written something. I'm like, that would make Nano really torturous, I think, if that was the case. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised actually. I would have expected you to say the character creation.
Yes, but like that's what the writing process is for me. The putting words together is the figuring out the character, I guess.
Well, no, because I just remember the amount of time we spent creating the characters long before any of the writing was done. It was just throwing ideas around. Say, oh, this person could do this person could do that, X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. But I reckon probably half the fun of Freedom Slaves was a lot of those short stories that we wrote.
Yeah.
Just snippets of people's lives. How about you?
I'm the oddball. I really like cutting. I really like the editing process. Okay.
No, I love that. But that's what I love. Like, I also love about like doing therapy is because there are therapists out there who love this stuff that I am not going to touch with a 10-foot pole.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we've lost you.
I love that you love editing.
Well, as I say, I think I describe it as it's able to transform the words you've written into the story you wanted to tell, because when you're putting the words down, things inevitably change, and sometimes they change for the better, sometimes they change for the worse, but it's never quite what you had in your mind. It's always slightly off, and so going through it, because I'm actually one of those people who finds the writing process itself quite torturous. It's just like, come on, gotta get it out. Come on, let's just slip this thing out. Come on. But the editing part, when I've got the hard work out of the way, I can just now tinker with it, fiddle with this bit here and there, and just watch it take form as what I wanted to give people in the first place.
I get that.
Plus, I'm evidently a bit of a masochist, and I take huge joy in going, no, get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it, don't need that, cut it, job done. I mean, to the point where I will actively make my first longer and wordier than they need to be, specifically so that I can cut.
See, and I'm the opposite. I end up adding like needing to add so much more. And I think it's because like as I'm writing, I want to get everything that I'm thinking down so that I don't forget it. Because with how sometimes the only visual that I can come up with how my brain sometimes works is I have the Flash running circles in my brain. And every once in a while I can like reach out and grab him to slow him down. And usually when I'm writing, it's almost like a carousel, and I'm kind of almost terrified that it's gonna speed up and I'm not gonna be able to catch it. Welcome to my brain.
Whereas with the actual writing process, I'm kind of the other way around. I'm like, come on, get moving, go, come on, you can do it, go. It's weird. I just love how different brains work differently. I mean, the three of us here have such massively different approaches to the craft.
Yeah.
And yet we're all good at what we do. It's almost as if there are no rules in the world.
It's very cool.
Right, well, I've gone all tired, so I think I'm going to call it, if that's all right. Does anybody have anything they'd like to add before we say toodle pip?
No.
I love that. Is that an English thing, like toodle pip?
Toodle pip. I mean, not anymore, but
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, that is not a Kansas thing. I've
No,
never heard that
no.
before. And I love it.
It's the same kind of what-ho. Toodle pip. Don't you know? Ha, 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 ha.
I'm writing that because I love that.
Toodle pip. Yeah. Reminds Charlene of Mary Poppins. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah. Cool. So, the 1st of November is this coming Friday. So it's a bit late in the day, but we haven't actually decided what we're going to do, but we are going to do something. So, Charlene, thank you for joining us today. And if anybody watches us on playback, join us on Friday, the 1st of November for WHAM.
Something.
Write hard all month. Exclamation mark. Meanwhile, you can find me at the RPG Therapist. You can find Eric at RPG Play Therapy, and you can find Jules giving a lecture on creative writing. Where was it?
In Armidale.
In Armidale.
Yeah.
When is that?
It's the end of the month.
The end of this month. So find it, book your ticket, and heckle. Heckle for all you're worth.
Be nice to our Jules.
Huh?
Be nice to our Jules.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thanks very much indeed for joining us, and we will see you on Friday for Writing Hard All Month! Exclamation point. See you later.